Hey Math Rockstars, we're going to take a look at some extraneous solution problems. Extraneous solutions are extra answers that come out of some correct algebra but are not part of the domain of the problem. In other words, when you go to plug in the answer that you get, it doesn't work for some reason. So the problem that I chose is also from your textbook. It's number 24, 18 over x squared minus 3x minus 6 over x minus 3 equals 5 over x. And we're going to do the same process that we have been doing for solving these rational equations. We'll factor denominators and then look for a lowest common denominator in order to clear out the denominators and get a simpler equation to solve. So looking at the first term, I can definitely factor the denominator here. I'll use greatest common factor. So factoring out an x, I end up with x times x minus 3 in the denominator. The second term seems pretty much factored. 6 over x minus 3 is about as factored as we're going to get. And then the last term over on the right side, 5 over x, well, I'm not going to be able to factor x. That's done. So now looking at what my lowest common denominator might be, I have an x and an x minus 3, and then an x minus 3 and an x. So I think my LCD will be x times x minus 3. So my first term is all set, 18 over x and x minus 3. The denominator has the x and the x minus 3 already. But the next term, 6 over x minus 3, is missing the x. And the last term, 5 over x, is missing the x minus 3 factor. All right, now I can clear the denominators, which means they can really just get crossed off. And again, if you'd like to see algebraically why that works, let me know, and I'm happy to make you another little video explaining the algebra behind that bit of math magic. All right, rewriting the numerators. 18 minus 6 times x is just going to be 6x equals 5 times x minus 3. I'll do a little distributing. 18 minus 6x equals 5x minus 15, and then let's just solve the equation. So subtracting 5x from the 6x gives me negative 11x on the left, and subtracting 18 from negative 15 gives me negative 33 on the right, and then dividing out the negative 11, I end up with x being equal to 3. Yay, looks very simple. But here's the problem. When I go to check, when I go to substitute back into the original problem, x squared minus 3x minus 6 over x minus 3 equals 5 over x. Well, not a problem at that last term, the one on the right. I could plug in 5 over 3, but notice what's happening when I'm plugging the 3 in everywhere else, into the 6 over 3 minus 3, and even into the 18 over 3 squared minus 3 times 3. Notice what's happening. 3 squared minus 3 squared is, or 3 squared minus 3 times 3 is 9 take away 9, which is 0. And 3 minus 3 is also 0. So I have two cases here where I've got a 0 in the denominator, and I can't divide by 0. That's just not allowed in mathematics, which means that the 3 that I found gives me an extraneous solution. And there are no other numbers to try. I only came up with one. So in this case, I have to conclude that there is no solution to this problem.